I'm Jeremy Greer.
And I'm Gary Butterfield.
And this is Days of Future Cast, the podcast where me and Gary finally, after like what feels 37 episodes, are going to inch forward into the plot of Avengers vs. X-Men with Avengers vs. X-Men number 5, written by Matt Fraction. Okay. Gary, did you think that Captain America on this cover had a tremendous butt until you realized it was Cyclops' visor, or was that just a me problem?
I did. No. It's almost on purpose. I do not know what's happening with the art on this. It's a collage of faces and bodies.
If I saw this in
like
the
horrible
store,
chimera.
I would assume that these 3 people got like made into a Cronenberg together, like, and they all
like teleporter accident.
Exactly, 100%. Yeah, and they all have to live together now, and that would be
on fire.
Man, you know, everyone's talking about the hot new throuple, Jean Grey and Cyclops and Wolverine, but what about the physically connected throuple?
Yeah, my 3 dads: Wolverine, Cyclops, and Captain America.
Yeah, in the same body.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, with the Phoenix there. I think this is a pretty rough cover.
Me too. Yeah.
I do not like this cover very much. It is cool that we're going to advance the plot of this, and we finally get the Phoenix 5, which was the big thing. Like we wanted to see how Cyclops killed Xavier, and we wanted to see the Phoenix 5 stuff, and we're finally there.
Yep.
It's just we're taking the long fucking road.
That's true.
You know, not a bad little comic. This one, though.
No, not at all.
Certainly better than the last one we did.
So the Avengers have met the X-Men on the blue area of the moon. Wolverine has sneakily brought Hope there because that's where the Phoenix is heading. The whole idea behind this conflict is the X-Men want Hope because Cyclops believe it's going to be the saving of his entire race. The Avengers want Hope because they think that she's going to get the Phoenix Force and kill everything. And nobody has really asked what Hope thinks is in a little while, which is kind of a bummer.
Hope wants to try it.
Yeah.
You know, she says that to Wolverine, but she did say, Wolverine, be prepared to kill me. That's going to come up in this episode. We start off with his internal, we're kind of bookended with his internal narration from Hope, where she's talking about the man who was the pilot who dropped the atomic bomb, and how nobody blames him. They just blame the bomb. And she's like, am I the bomb or the bombardier?
Nope. I blame the president. That's who I blame.
Yeah, we blame the country, actually. Yeah. I don't blame the bomb.
I don't know what Cable's been teaching you, but the problem was America.
Yeah. And we decided to do it. Then we did it again for no real good reason.
Yeah, absolutely.
We Nagasaki'd for no fun. She's watching them all fight. What is Cyclops' blast hitting in this big splash where they're all fighting together?
I think it seems like maybe Captain America had thrown his shield, and so he was eyeballing it. He was eye-beaming it away, like to knock it off of its arc. But that's like giving us a lot of credit, right? Like this is... I don't know.
It's a weird looking fight. Yeah. She freaks out. She's like, you have to stop fighting. Please. She said stop, and she gets, or I said stop, and she phoenixes out. Mm-hmm. She does a huge explosion and knocks everybody on their ass.
I just want to say that, like, outside of the Phoenix explosions, like, I think a lot of this art in this is kind of bad. Like, I don't like it's just real big. Like, the proportions aren't right with other stuff. Like, it's just real bulgy in weird places for no reason. So,
John Romita Jr. is a tricky artist because sometimes he's very good, but sometimes he is not so good.
Like, the difference in quality to me from this one splash page where we've got the team versus the team, and then the exact next page, which is her phoenixing out, like that page is great and the previous page is not. Like, it's just that much of a swing, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's hit and miss, with the best will in the world. Hope here, she says, like, Logan, I was wrong. I can't handle this. Kill me. You promised to kill me. And Logan's gonna do it. He runs up. He's like, I'll try, but Cyclops stops him, zaps him out of the air. Taking the agency out of Hope's hands. Here.
Meanwhile, on a little bit off of the moon, I guess, a little bit like around the corner of the moon.
Yeah. I don't know. Different section of the moon during the things like hangout zone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hank Pym and Iron Man. I said that real weird. Iron Man. Hank Pym and Tony Stark are building a Phoenix machine, basically, like a Phoenix Buster. This thing looks incredibly dumb, and it's just so.
It's like an Iron Man suit designed like an external hard drive or something. Like,
Yeah.
it's this big blocky like 80s toy, but not in a cool way.
It's an Asus gaming router via Tony Stark.
And not like a modern one, which would look all like, like a Cenobite transformer.
Yeah.
Like graphic cards and mice look like now. It's this big blocky dumb piece of shit. It looks like I called it Pez armor in text. Like, it looks like it dispenses candy.
It absolutely does. Because I mean, like, the big gun in the chest is just very funny to me. It doesn't look good. I mean, it looks like a poor man's Gundam, which is probably what it is, right? Like, that's what we're dealing with, is just a poor man's Gundam. Even though Tony Stark,
he put it together pretty quick.
Yeah,
to be fair as well. But Jesus Christ, man, like, you've made some of the coolest like mech suits in the history of mech suits. This just looks like shit.
It just looks dumb. This is what happens when Hank Pym gets involved in the design process.
Can you make it a little blockier?
This is why you never collaborate with Hank Pym.
Man. So they're hemming and hawing about this. Like, it's dangerous. It's untested. We go back to the fight, and Wolverine has lost his mind.
Yes.
Like, he's incredibly pissed. At Scott trying to stop. He's like, I'm going to kill you. Like, he's lost it. And he's going for the throat. And we're showing them fight. We get a Red Hulk versus Juggernaut. Who cares? I love Hawkeye versus Emma Frost, and she's like, I'm made of diamond. Do you think you could fire? And his comeback is, ladies, shut the hell up. The classic line.
Oh, yeah.
The witty banter.
His classic catchphrase, shut the hell up.
Yep.
Poor Linda Cardellini. So she probably hears that a lot.
So they're fighting. Everybody's kind of like, it's weird because this is supposed to be a really serious moment, but people are doing goofy jokes, and Wolverine's like, you've gone too far, and gives Cyclops like a gut slash.
Yeah. Like,
like a serious, like, trying to kill slash. She doesn't quite land it to kill him, but it's real tough. It's real severe, rather.
And everything gets interrupted because the Phoenix has arrived.
Yep.
Hope is on the ground, like, her eyes are doing the Bernie thing. The Phoenix is overhead. And of course, this is when we kind of check in with the various other tie-ins that are going on. We check in on our space team. Who knows? Yep. I don't know. I don't.
Yep. I love this Xavier and Legion, what they were doing.
They're in a beat them. They're at the fucking rave. They're raving, dog. A little father-son trip to the rave. Hell yeah.
They're on the beach. Like, they're holding hands on the beach, and both of them grabbing their heads going, ah.
But I just
like the animated series.
But you could just, I mean, it's just like someone dropped the bass, like, hit the bass drop right now. Like, they're both like just fucking partying. I mean,
they look like DJs. Like, they're holding their heads. They could be holding headphones on there.
It could be, exactly.
Somebody could Photoshop this into DJ X and MC Legion.
MC Legion and his many wheels of steel.
Yeah.
We check in on the mystical city Kulan,
which is boring even here.
How does
this hamburger man?
How does not even a quarter-page panel just make me want to go to sleep for the rest of my life?
Hamburger man just goes, and so it begins again.
Yeah, this dude's power symbol is the fucking hamburger menu you may recognize it from every app ever.
Yeah, we've seen this hamburger man before. He's the right-hand man of the master or whatever in Kunlun. But I love him just stoically saying, "Yep, it's happening."
Yep.
Most interesting to me is Scarlet Witch is freaking out, and she's like, "No." We haven't really checked in on her. She was like in the first issue, but I think she's going to come back.
Yeah.
In a big way, because I think she plays a big part in this. Iron Man shoots off his Pez Iron Man suit up there and goes up and shoots the Phoenix. While this is happening, Captain America is begging Cyclops to stop it, and they're basically just restating their positions. Like, it's time to be a leader. Don't fall sway to madness. And he's like, this isn't madness. You're trying to snuff us out. You guys don't know this girl. You don't know what's happening. This is all meant to be. Like, he is a religious zealot at this point.
I feel like Captain America is making a pretty obvious tactical mistake here by trying to reason with Scott Summers and calling him son throughout. Because, like, you're like, it's time to be a leader, son. Like, fuck you, dad. Like, I'm trying to save my race over here. I don't know. Like, you were asleep for 70 years during the Civil Rights movement. Okay, like, fuck off.
Yeah. Cap is not the best person for this. I wish this had been Wolverine reasoning with him.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Like, because they actually have a history. Regardless of which, it is too late. Iron Man goes up. He zaps with his Iron Man Super Phoenix Buster thing and zaps the Phoenix. And this kind of makes the Phoenix explode. And it just kind of, it's raining over everyone. And we get back to our narration from Hope. She's like, hey, the thing finally arrived. I didn't want it. It turns out it didn't want me either. The implication either that what Iron Man did refracted the Phoenix, or it was never coming from Hope in the first place. Which is a cool twist if it's the latter, I think.
I like this a whole lot. And then afterwards, like everybody is dripping blood and their costumes are all fucked up and they're trying to figure out what's going on. Tony Stark is like, did I just kill the Phoenix? Like you can tell that he doesn't have any idea, but like he is excited about the idea. And then Captain America stops them and is like, hey, we've got a different problem down here. And for some reason, I thought this was going to be built up just a little bit more. Like, obviously, we had like the tie-in issue that showed us these 5 earlier, and you and I have known this was coming for some time. But I didn't expect there just to be a big blast and then from them immediately to have new costumes. Like, I thought there was going to be a process to this, but no, it's our Phoenix 5. And Cyclops is carrying Hope. They've got weird dialogue boxes showing that their voices are all fucked up and different, and they've got cool costumes. So I love the idea of the Phoenix designing the new appropriate costumes. Like just this will be a variation on your own style, don't worry. It's just we're gonna make it look a little cooler. And it's full on like scary demon voice. Like he's like, we are Phoenix. Yes.
They're kind of a collective at this point. I'm really curious to see what they do with this. They're saying, she needs our help. We're going to heal her and be ready for her. We're going to take her to Earth to heal her because we have this work ahead of us. It's time to evolve tomorrow itself. Captain America's like, oh, you're being a lunatic. You have pyrotechnics and scary voices. That doesn't scare us. And Cyclops is like, Captain America, we're better, more stronger than you can ever conceive. You cannot stop us any more than you can stop tomorrow. And just holds out his hand and just blast all the Avengers back.
Oh yeah,
just takes them all out with a gesture.
And then they just jet. They literally take off into space as a group, and they're headed towards Earth. And we finished off the kind of narration of Hope, just kind of thinking that this is all kind of funny. Like I'm just like you, the reader. I was just another victim of what the Phoenix had in store. Like she's got no control over this at all. It's much different than what she originally anticipated. So yeah.
It's cool. I want to see what they're going to do with it. I want to see how the other characters, like the X-Men who are back on Earth, are they going to reply to that?
Oh, too bad, because the next issue is Iron Fist.
Well, I know we're not going to get to it for a long time. I'm just saying that eventually I hope to read about what happens here, not just what happened the first time this happened in fucking Kunlun.
I need to plot out and start putting dates on issues and everything, so we can actually see how long or maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't see how long it's going to take us. Maybe if I had done that in the first place, we would have been like, actually, let's not do this.
Yeah.
I talk shit, but I like this a lot. And some of the issues are bad, but I'm actually enjoying like just reading a bunch of weird Marvel stuff. So I'm not.
Yeah. It takes both these comics are real quick reads. So it's like we complain about them being bad, but it's also like that Versus comic was like 8 minutes. 7 minutes to read. Like it is nothing. It's a real trifle.
Yeah.
So not a big deal. And I'm very curious to see where this goes. And I think it's interesting, kind of knowing where it ends has made me a little bit more compelled because I know Cyclops ends up killing Xavier and ends up in jail. Everybody else is fine.
Yeah.
Whatever, Colossus and Namor do, they get forgiven for this.
Well, yeah.
Like,
he's Colossus. What are you going to do? He's just he's a really nice guy.
He's more monster than man. Yeah.
You're not going to put him on the raft.
Yeah. I'd read that series. So I'm very curious as to what happens next. As a reminder for what next issue or next episode you're going to hear is going to be a week worth of episode, us talking about the What If series that is wrapped up. So look forward to that. Then we'll get back into the comics.
Yeah.
What can they do, Jeremy?
they can support us at patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv. A couple of dollars goes a long way to helping out support the network. And also, you get cool benefits. You can tell Gary and Cole to cover bad video games. You can join the Slack and hang out with the community. You can do all sorts of cool stuff. Yeah. Do you want to talk about Duck Stream? Are we ready to say that out loud?
We can say it out loud. It is 90% certain.
Okay.
We have a weekend lined up. A couple people have asked us. So it's gonna be the weekend of the 17th of December. We have nothing set in stone just yet. We're still figuring all of that out as to what we're gonna do. It is gonna be like last year where it's nights and days. So the West Coast doing nights, and the everywhere else doing days.
Yes.
Basically,
we will have fun adventures for you. That's always a really good time and for a super good cause. So watch social media, mark it on your calendar, and come and hang out. And yeah, we will be back soon with more comics and cartoons.